Alright, yeah, let's start. So, in today's class, we'll be discussing about a concept called code build. So, AWS code build, as you can see on the screen. So, these yesterday we tried to see code commit, which is not there. We cannot use for the new repos and everything. So, it's to store the source code. So today what to do? So code build means nothing but what happens in your CI pipeline. So everything can be done in the code build. Like let's say you want to test your code, you want to build your code, you want to build a Docker image without deployment. So whatever you wanted to do, which can be done in code build. It's actually managed service by AWS only. So you don't need to bother about the infrastructure here. You just select. So what you want to do? Let's say I want to build my application on which platform, Ubuntu, Windows, or Red Hat, something like this. You have to select it, then it will create the infra for you. I mean, you don't see the infra, so it will give you the environment so that you can run your application, build and whatever the commands you give. And then once it is built, you can do whatever you want. Like you want to deploy it, so you can deploy it. You want to um, deploy it somewhere, maybe it's EC2 or maybe some container, let's say. So you can able to do that. But as of now, we don't see the deployment, because in code build we'll see until the build. Let's say starting from checkout. You remember, right? CI/CD. CI is where we check out, we test it, we build it until the package is ready. CD is deployment and delivery, where we deploy the application. Whatever the package is ready, we will be deploying that. That's CD part. So code build will be used for CI. And of course, what is that? Uh, Deployment will be separate thing. If you observe on the left side, you'll see multiple things: source code, artifact, build, deploy, and pipeline. So we'll see build today. So build, how to build our application, how to check out our application, how to build our application like this. So first let's open our GitHub repository. Hopefully we should have some sample Maven app. Yes, we can use this one. So what we can do is we can able to build, let's say this is our application where is in GitHub. So we can integrate that GitHub with the code build to check out our code. And what you want to do next, maybe Sonar Cube analysis, or maybe you want to do Maven build, or you want to store the build somewhere in S3 bucket or something like that. You can able to do all these things in code build. So it cannot deploy it, but it can build. It will make sure that the package is ready for you to deploy. So all you have to do is create a code build project, and you have to give proper settings, then it will do it. So let's see how to create a project. Simply just click on create a project. What is the project name? Java app. Let's say my application. And first thing, you have to select the source. Where is your source? What is your source? I mean your source code. See, you have these many things: GitLab, GitHub Enterprise, Bitbucket, GitHub, Core Commit, S3 also. For me, GitHub, right? My code is in GitHub, so select GitHub. So we have to connect our code build project to GitHub. So click on this, manage GitHub app. So what we are doing is we are creating a GitHub connection to connect to GitHub from code build. Maybe test, save. There must be, well, okay, we have to create, connection first. Or instead of these, there are multiple things. You can give a GitHub token also here, which you can able to connect. I mean, of course, you'll create a personal access token here, right? In GitHub, you can give that. Or OAuth app, that is also fine. So here, OAuth app, what happens is it will prompt you to connect to GitHub. See, it will ask you to connect to GitHub, and you can, if you sign in it, and if you have to authorize it, confirm. So it's connected. What happens is your GitHub project is successfully connected through to GitHub. So GitHub is connected. So once you connect your code build to GitHub, I mean your account, so you have to see select your repository, which repository you want, because this code build connected to your GitHub account, because that's what you gave, right, credentials. So you have to select which repo you want. I think mine is Maven repo, because I want to build my Maven code. So version, what is the version means? Let's say you want to build a specific branch, or you want to build a specific, use a specific commit ID also. Let's say currently if I don't specify anything, it will check out the master branch code, main branch, sorry. Let's say I'm creating this build for develop branch, code build project for develop branch. So simply give the branch name here. It will check out that one. After checkout, we will add our things. Got it? So like this. So you have to give your branch name or commit ID if you want to check out the specific thing. Just like how we do in Jenkins pipeline, right? We give a branch name, git repo URL, and branch name. Same way here. Source version is the branch name. It's optional. So if you don't specify anything, it will check out the default one, or you can specify like this. So it will check out this branch code specifically, or you can give commit ID also. That is also fine. You can see here. So that's about the source. First thing is you have to select which source you want, GitHub, whatever it is, and you have to connect your code build to the account. I mean source, whatever the source, and then what is it? Then you have to select the which repo you want. So you have to select which repo you want and which branch you want. So that's about the source. For everyone, I'm reminding again, class is at 7 a.m. not 7:15. Okay, I don't allow from next time onwards. So yeah, let's continue the class. So we have selected the source, GitHub and everything, or repo. Next, go the webhooks. So of course you have seen the webhooks. If there is a change, it will automatically trigger the build. So here also, if there is a change, it will trigger the build. See, code build just like you can say your Jenkins project, Jenkins, Jenkins job. You give whatever the details in here, it will run right whenever there is a change. So code build also similar thing, except we don't deploy. That's it. It will just give you the build. So if you see webhook optional, rebuild every time when the code change is pushed to this repository. So you just check this. If I made a change to this one, automatically this code build will trigger. We'll see that, don't worry. And what is the batch build type? Single build. So trigger single build. So it's fine. So next we have to select the environments. So I told, okay, check out the code. Okay, check out the main branch. I told where I need to check out. There has to be some environment, right? It can be EC2 server or whatever it is. But of course we cannot use our EC2 instances, because code build provides the environment automatically for you. See, so on demand it will automatically provision the build infrastructure for you. And there is something called images, AMIs, so which are managed by code build, or you can give your own image also, fine. So what happens is, by using that image, it will create an infrastructure for you. It means EC2 for you. So, here you can see, right, EC2 for, or if you want lambda also it will create. That is also fine. So for now I want EC2. So now what's happening is, it will create an EC2 machines for you. You don't manage it. AWS only manages it. All you have to do is select which you want. That's it. So I want EC2 on demand. Use managed image by code build. Code build have some images. Use them only. I don't have custom image. Which operating system you want? Ubuntu. Let's keep Ubuntu. What is the runtime? Standard is fine. Image. Choose image. Always choose latest image if you want. Or 1 minute, depends on your use case. So image version. Always use the latest image for this runtime. So let it select the image, the latest image only. So here what's happening is, we're choosing the environment what we want. Let's say I want to what is that? I want Red Hat or Windows. Select Windows here. So the EC2 will be created Windows machine. Sorry. So if you want Ubuntu Linux or anything, just select Linux. The Amazon Linux EC2 will be created for your code build. So I choose Ubuntu. So for me, for this code build project, Ubuntu instance will be created, so that my code build project will run on that instance. Whatever I give, it will run on that instance. Of course, we don't see the instances in our account. It's managed by AWS. So it's creating a virtual environment for you. That's it. You don't see it anywhere in your account. And of course, we need if you have you want GPU, see, you can select this. You'll create a GPU missions for you. We don't need GPU missions. I mean, GPU will be high processing missions. Of course, cost also will be like that. So we don't need them. For our build, it's not required. I mean to say. So that's about environment. Next, we have service role. Service role is see IAM role for our account for this code build service, which will create because we are building the image, we are creating the environment. In order to create an environment, code build need access, right, to create an EC2. So how do it get access? By role. The role is automatically creating for you. So the role name is code build Java app service role, where it will have EC2 permissions. You don't need to create a role again. And next, so finally we have build spec. So build spec here, what happens is you have to tell what to do here. Okay, I told, hey, this environment, Ubuntu environment I need. In that environment, check out first because I chosen the source. Check out the code. Okay, done. The code is checked out. What to do next? What to do next? I have to execute something, right? I want to build my code, Java code. Let's say as example Maven code. Then I have to give the commands, right? That's where this build spec concept comes. There are two options you can see. One is you can give the commands here, switch to editor. You can write a build spec command, script like this. I'll show you. Or you can create a file called buildspec.yml file and you can store in GitHub. That is also fine. So first, let's see here. Switch to editor. Let's write the build spec here. So and we can use the build spec here, or we can store in the GitHub also. Both are fine. Mostly store in GitHub. Don't write directly here. But I'm just showing you. So how the build spec.yml file? It's an ML file, so obviously you need to follow YAML syntax. So let's see how to write. What is the format? Obviously, first is version. Next is phases. Just like Jenkins, we have stages, right? Here we have phases. We have like a pre-build, build phase, pre-build phase, post-build phase. It means what to do. Pre-build means what to do before build, and what to do in the build stage, what to do after post-build. Like this, we have to give commands. The first stage I can say install stage. Sorry. So inside the install stage, I'll have the commands like this. So Linux commands, obviously, because I chosen the Linux operating system, right? Installing Maven. Just I'm installing Maven because I know I need it. apt install. Sorry, first apt update, right? apt install maven-y. Done. Sorry, my bad. So install phase is done. Now I have pre-build phase. Pre-build phase, maybe what I'll do. See, pre-build command, see, automatically came. I didn't do anything, right? It will give you echo checking maybe Maven version just to confirm whether it is installed or not before building it. Command will be mvn -- version. Next post build. Sorry, next build. So build is where we do the real execution, building the project, right? Echo build project. So what project to build? Of course, we are checking out, we are cloning the project, right? This one. So it will build it. So the command mvn clean install. That's it. Next, I have something called post build. So post build, I'll simply write echo build finished, some statement. I'll write the command ls cd ls. I'm just executing commands. This is the one. What's happening here is I just write my build spec.yml. Build spec. See the file name here. Build spec. It means build specification. That's it. Build specification. So I just wrote that, and what I told, hey, um, what has to be done in this code build project. So as of now, I just gave build the code. That's it. So of course you can see in it, these are stages. Once the install stage, I can able to install anything. Let's say in my case, I just used Maven to install. If you want to analyze SonarQube, install SonarQube, the commands and install the SonarQube agent, analyze the code, and then build it. Then build the application like this. Whatever you want, you can able to do it. So like this, we have install stage. I'm installing the tools. Next, pre-build. What should happen before the build? You can do anything here. So I'm just checking the version to confirm whether Maven is installed or not. You can execute the same command here also, no worries. And in the build, what should happen in the build? So of course my build is happening, and post build, once the build is done, what should happen? So this is happening. So here what's happening is there is you don't need to specifically write the commands in each and every bit. You can simply write echo statements. It's just for our case only. Code build, this build spec file gave you the structure. You can use the structure so to write this way. So for now, don't create a build spec file. We'll see that second time, but for now let's keep here only like this. Now what happens when I save the build this project, sorry, something is wrong. Duplicate mapping key, line 6. Oh, command. Yeah, sorry, my bad. See, it will show you the error also. So I'm just wrote the build spec file with the phases like install phase, pre-build, build, post build. What should happen in these stages? So you have to write. Depends on your use case. And this will get executed one by one. First it will check out. First it will prepare an environment for you because you told Ubuntu environment. Then it will check out the code to you, and it will do this task whatever you mentioned in the build spec. And we have enabled the webhook, so automatically when you made some change, it will push it. Let's see that. And next is what is it, CloudWatch. If you want to send logs to CloudWatch, you can send it here. Group name, you can give it automatically create for you. For now I don't want it. Let's uncheck this. So what happens, let's save it. Let's create a build project. So it's creating. It will take some time, obviously. Yeah, it's created. So it's simple, we have created a Jenkins job to keep it understanding for you. You can edit, clone it, and you can create a new one. You can edit it, you can whatever change, and of course you can delete it. You can add a notification also. We can link SNS here, so if it is done, it will send you SNS. And finally start build. We are building this project, Jenkins project, imagine, and we are building it. Build number 1. It will start. See, this is our application. Build 1. This is build number 1. See, it started. Let's see. Let's go inside. What will be there? The logs currently, phase details. So as of now, see, it's an install phase. It will take some time. Don't worry. Let's wait for a few minutes. Then it will come. Let's wait. Let's wait. You can go to phase details, see, install, pre-build, build, post-build, upload artifact. These are coming. I think build is success already. It got success. How do I know it's success? See, succeeded. That's how you create a build. As simple as that. But of course you may ask, we build the artifact, right? Where is the artifact? that we have to tell them. So we have to tell code build that, okay, hey, you building the artifact, I mean our application Java, whatever it is, store in somewhere, store it somewhere because I need to access it, right? Store it somewhere. So let's see that how where we'll see, what to do for that. Let's see. But yeah, build got success. See, you can go to build, sorry, the project, edit it, do whatever, you want to change something, change it. You want to see the output, you have to create, enable the logs. Sorry, let's discard. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Build history also, you can see build 1 2 3 like this, don't worry. Build history. So logs are disabled. If you enable the logs in S3 or in CloudWatch, the logs whatever happened will be stored to you. Let's open here. There is nothing because we haven't created, we have disabled, right? And if you click on build details, you will see whatever details you selected here. See the build spec also. Phase details, you will see what it did. Reports, there is a report to download, you can simply open it. See, and it took around 2 minutes, sorry, 0. Report duration. If you click, you will see if anything is there, uh, if you have generated any reports, this, whatever the code, you can able to see it. So not just this, where is this? Sorry, go to build projects. So we used to see all the details of what's happening, but now I can't see it. Where is it? Project details, no. Build triggers, of course we have did it, that's fine. Batch history, in the new way it is not visible here for us, or what is it? There is no view logs. See, we have to enable this. Let's see. So let's enable the logs. So without enabling we can't see anything, right? So let's go to down. Come on. Why the hell it's taking too much time? Let's wait. Why, man? Let me read it again. Hopefully it should come faster. The Ireland region is too slow. Yeah, sorry, finally it came. So let's go to last. I think logs are here. See, you can enable the logs. Yeah, default, whatever, leave it the default. So, or if you enable this also, you can see it will store the logs to S3. But for now, let's keep it to CloudWatch only. Let's update the project. Let's start build again. Let's see. See, now build logs. Is it coming for us? It will show you like this. Tail logs, click on it, will show you all the logs. Let's see. Let's wait, it will take some time, don't worry. We just started provisioning. If you see here current phase provisioning, what does it mean provisioning? We didn't give, right? It's provisioning, sorry, it's provisioning the infrastructure. Remember we told I need Ubuntu, I need the new image, right? That infrastructure is provisioning to you. That's why it is taking time. It will usually take. Now install phase. See the commands what we gave. This is what it's executing. This is the output. Let's wait. Let's wait. It's doing. It's doing. Let it finish. See Maven is installing. Checking Maven version. See echo statement. Command C MVN version 3.95 9.5. It seems it's building it. See like this. It's built. See it downloading the artifacts. Sorry, the dependencies from the Maven central repository. See, build is done. See, ls. See, it's that's what we gave, right, in the build spec file. See, it's built the Java file. See that test app release .jar file. That's how easy it is. That's how you can able to do it. You got what I'm saying? So all you have to do is create a project and tell what you want to do, and it will do it for you in the environment. You don't need to bother about which version of environment it is doing. No need to care about all those things. It will give it to you. Got it? So now, okay, my build is ready. Correct? My artifact is ready. But of course, its build is ready, but we did not deploy anything so far. Even we can deploy this also. You know why? Because the build is what is that? It's giving us the artifact, sorry, the R file, jar file, whatever it is, but we are not storing it. We are not storing anywhere. That's where this concept comes called artifacts. So artifacts, where you want to store the artifact, you can choose S3 here. That is one approach. So it will store the artifact in your S3 bucket. See, that is one. If we don't have an S3 bucket, we can create it. It will store here, or in the code itself we can specify the S3 also, or there is some option called artifacts. Let me write the syntax. The post build. Artifacts. So here what's happening is we are writing the section artifact section because we are storing the output whatever it's generated, so that we can able to use in the next, whenever we want to use it, we can able to use that. So now what happens is, as of now, we build the code. Okay, we build the code. Okay, what if artifact is generated, but where it's storing, it's not storing anywhere. Even we can't use them to deploy anywhere. So if you use this artifact section, this output, whatever whatever we mentioned here, this artifact section will store that. So because this is a temporary environment, right? The environment is created for you for code build in order to run the project. Once your code build is done, what is the use of environment? It will delete it. So there is no storing your data. So it will stop it. So what you have to do is you have to define this artifact section so that it can able to preserve whatever you mentioned here. Let's say I mention some other file. So these two files will be preserved. So that you can able to deploy this artifact wherever you want. Got it?
Yeah.
So now what you have to do is deploy it, right? So for deploy there is some other service called code deploy. You can see on the left side. Where is it? In the left side. But yeah, before going to code deploy, you can, I told you, right, you don't need to store the code here, simply copy it. You can store in GitHub also. Let's paste it. Let's create a file. The file name should be build spec, buildspec. If you observe here, capital B, capital S, so that has to be that is mandatory. And of course, let's save this. Now build spec file, the file name is, by default, give the file name. So where it will look for the file name? Obviously it will look for the in your repo. That's what it's checking out, right? So it will, when you check out, it will look for the build spec, this file name in here. So let me save this first, because we enable the webhook, it automatically triggers. Oh, bucket name, sorry, I don't want it. Come on, how to delete this? No artifacts, yeah, remove it. Let's save it. For now, let's remove missing credentials. If what credentials? If using AWS config file set AWS to 1, where the hell I'm using this? Nowhere. Obviously, this is checkout. There will be nothing. Webhook filters, nothing. Additional configuration. Okay, I'm just passing the timeouts here. 15 minutes timeout for code build. You can give, let's say, 1 hour. It means the code build will run for 1 hour maximum. So QE period is 8 hours it seems. It means, let's say I ran, currently build is running. If let's say another build started by someone, it will wait for in queue for until 8 hours. After that it will run automatically. But of course I don't want it wait for 8 hours, maybe 1 hour. Auto try limit, auto retry is two times. If it's failed, it will try it for 2 times. If it's still failing, cannot do anything. Of course you can choose VPC also here if you want. And there is something called environment variables. You can pass env, name is equal to test, like this. You can pass as secret manager also, so types. See, it will store in a secret and it will pass it. That is also fine. Okay, these are all fine. Then what the hell is this thing, missing credentials in config? Okay, let's add this as a env. It's expecting some error. Let's add this as env 1. Sorry, 1. Let's save it. What? Missing credentials in config. If using AWS config file, set AWS SDK load config 1. Okay, I set it, but I'm not using this, whatever this AWS config file anywhere. I just changed this one, that's it. Let's try this. No. Build, sorry. All right. I'm not using anywhere. Watch logs all fine. Roles all fine. Remove. Okay, env VPC, I don't need it. Where did we miss anything? Let's come from beginning. Tags, I mean, it's nothing. Blah blah blah, branch, blah 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 blah. Demand is at Ubuntu standard. This is nothing, this is nothing. VPC can select if you want, otherwise you can skip it. See the usage here. So the environment will be created for 3 GB memory and 2 CPUs. So you can choose whatever you want. 70 GB, let's say 15 or 7. You can choose it. Depends on your use case, obviously. See, it's still the hell it is. Oh, what happened? Is it my account? Oh, it's issue with AWS, not with code build. Sorry. See? Oh, it's. Let's go to some maybe. Oh, sorry. Sign in again. Issue with AWS, not with my, AWS, not with my thing. Let's log in. Y3R8XB. Password yes. MFA 973062 yes. It opened. Some issue. I don't know what is the issue with AWS. Let's open again. I think on configuration. See, it's still like this. Let's use exit. Yes, that's what I want. Build spec. This is the file. If you want to change, you can add the variables. I mean, where is the variables here? In advanced configuration, you can add any variables you want to change. Timeout hours, auto retry. You can change any of these, but I don't want all of these for now. But of course, you got my point at what I'm saying. Let's update. Now what happens if I save this? Third build should trigger because we enabled the webhooks, so automatically should trigger. Let's see, hopefully it should work. Build spec file, it will read this file and do whatever the task required. See, it started. See, because of webhooks it's automatically started, and of course if you see it is reading. Of course there is some wrong, it seems. Invalid build spec face name artifacts expecting build stage post build. There is some wrong with my build spec file, it seems. So the artifact stage which I have added here is considering as a stage, so it should not be like that. The artifact is not a stage, it should be at the top. Sorry, my syntax, my issue. So let's say it is not one of the stage, it should be on top. So like this, it should be at the equal to same line as faces. It should be out of the stages. I wrote along with the stage, my bad, syntax wrong. Let's try. Fourth one will come obviously. Let's open, hopefully it should work. This will, what I told artifact, yeah, it's working. See, yeah, artifact stores your data. If you are storing, you build something, right? You want to store it in order to deploy it somewhere, wherever it is, so you can able to store it with artifacts. So it's doing same thing. Ambient version, it's checking the command. Pre-build is happening, currently build is happening, ambient clean install, blah 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 blah. It'll happen again obviously because the environment every time it's fresh. You may ask, ambient clean install means it will store the repo in local, right? Sorry, the dependencies in local repo, not in code build, because code build environment is new every time, so it has to run like this every time. See, it is doing blah 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 blah. Oh my god, so many are there. See how many are there. Finally it's done. See, build finished, post to build it ran, build finished, and ls commands, whatever commands I ran, and it stored the artifact also. If you see phase complete upload artifacts, it is storing the artifacts. Found two files. Why found two files? Because we told that, hey, store these two files. That's why it's storing. Where do you store? For now, currently it's storing in code build only, not in S3. You can give an S3 bucket, so it will store there. Let's try that. Let's go to S3. That is also fine. Blah 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 blah. So create a bucket, obviously. Hopefully the bucket should be present. Enable, I'm just enabling the bucket versioning so that when it stores the artifact, it will store multiple versions. Oh, bucket name already exists. Ah, let's, okay. Just bucket is created. Now I need to give this bucket name here. Go here, go to our project. This is the log. Oh my god, so much are there. Let's go back here. Edit. Simply go to my bucket. Where is artifact? Store the artifacts. S3. Bucket name. Test agile. So what is the name of the folder? You can give a folder name here, so that in the bucket it will store in that folder. But I don't need it, so let's store in the same default. You want to upload as a zip file? No, let's keep it like this. Let's try. Let's update. Now let's run manually. Let's just see. It should store in S3 bucket. Let's wait. If it is not working, we'll try another approach. Going on, going on, going on. Let's see. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let's wait. Obviously, it will take time, right? Let's see. Let's wait. Let's wait. Oh, it's done. Sorry. It looks like it's done. Let's see. The build is done. Let's go to our S3 bucket whether the artifact is stored or not. Java app. See the hell it is storing. See. Of course, why these two are stored? In the build spec we told, hey, store these two. Pom.xml also. I mean, I told like that just for example. But yeah, let's remove this. Sorry, this one. I don't want to store. I just want to store the only this var file. I mean, my artifact. Update build file. Sorry, the build spec file. Build will start obviously. Yes, let's wait. Let's see, let's see. Obviously it takes time, right? Sorry, my bad. It's going on, it's going on. It's done, yeah, sorry. Now close it. Let's go here, refresh. Obviously, where is this refresh? See, if you observe the timestamp, see here. The last is 750. This is the last 748 because we disabled it. It won't store anymore. Of course, if you go this object, versions, two versions, because we enable the versioning. This is the latest version. This is the old version. You can apply whichever version you want. So that's how you store in S3. If you, I mean, is it clear? Deploy, we'll see that later, don't worry. Not in this class, but build. So until the CI, how to do in using code build, in AWS, that we see in it. You may get a doubt, a small doubt, maybe. See, if you want to store something in S3, we need to upload it, right? If you want to upload, we need permissions. How the hell code build got permissions? If you observe, there is a service role for code build, it's created earlier. So automatically, see, we are allowed that code build to modify the service role whenever, based on the requirement. So now we enable the S3 in artifact. It means code build automatically updates the IAM role with S3 permissions, so that it can able to talk to it. Got it? So like that. So that's how usually we will be doing it. So is it clear?
Yeah, no.
So that's about the code build. So we'll see the code deploy today at 8:30 p.m. in the night, hopefully. So not 8:30. Let's please join by 8:15. We'll start at 8:15 only. 15, not 50. So start, join by 15. We'll see code deploy. So that's it for code build now. So just create a project, create a build spec file, give whatever you want, install commands, install, pre-build, build, post-build, all these things, and it will do the tasks for you. And of course, as you seen, you can store the artifact in S3. So let's say if you're storing, you have, let's say, building a Docker image, you can able to do that. Install Docker and build the Docker image. Of course, keep your Docker file and all in this code. We'll see if required also. And what happens, the Docker image is built, right? You can store it somewhere. You can push to some repository from here. That is also fine. See, it's like a code build is using for CI, continuous integration, until the package is ready. Next step is where to deploy. That we'll see. But for now, this is the code build. This deployment we'll see in the night. But yeah, this is the code build. So is it clear?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. So let's practice tonight. Let's meet at 8:15 sharp. I'll start it. Okay, because I have meetings again, so I can't wait 8:30 or something like that. Please at least try to join by 8:20. I can wait for 5 minutes, not more than that. Got it?
Okay.
So all right then. So I am not deleting it. Let's keep it because we need it to deploy. Yeah, let's meet at 8:15 p.m. Bye all. Bye.